Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Vignesh and in this video we are going to discuss some of the SQL coding based interview questions which will be implemented in top of cloud BigQuery. So what is BigQuery? BigQuery is a data warehouse solution offered by Google Cloud Platform. So in this playlist we'll be exploring the BigQuery part where we'll be discussing the theoretical, practical, functional and some of the use cases along with interview questions in BigQuery itself. So to begin with, in this video, we will start with first set of questions. So without any further delay, let's get started. So here, if you see, there are set of 3 to 4 questions which we'll be discussing as part of this video. So the first SQL question, and this is something which is commonly asked in every interview questions. So write an SQL query to find customers who have made more than one order in a single day. So we have to find or write a SQL query where we have to identify who's the customer who made more than one order in a day. So first, before starting with it, I just wanted to explain you few things on BigQuery. So BigQuery as a hierarchy where this is the project ID and followed by dataset. Inside dataset we have tables and this is the normal table and this is partitioning and clustering tables which we'll be exploring the later part of this playlist, but I just wanted to know. And then the jobs, whatever the query which you are executing, whether the load query or a analytics query, so that is what the hierarchy followed inside cloud BigQuery. When you are framing the query, so the first thing is project ID. So this is nothing but my project ID, lucky leaf 396003. Here you can see, followed by the dataset. So KF demo dataset 010. So this is my dataset. Inside this dataset, I'll be creating tables and I'll be playing in with this particular thing. So first thing I'm going to do is drop the table if exists. So customer is the table which I'm going to create for this particular question. So if the table is already present, I'll just execute. So drop table if exists, project ID, dataset ID, and followed by the table name. So the table is already, it's not present. So it will be, this query will not fetch you anything. So the next thing is we are going to create the table. So create table if not exist followed by project ID, dataset ID and table name. And this has two queries. One is two column. One is customer ID which is integer and the next one is order date, that is date column. So now I am going to execute this create table if not exist. So I'm going to create the customer table. The table is been, it's still in the execution phase itself. We'll be able to see once it is executed, you will be able to see it in the result. This statement created a new table named customer. The same you can find it here. So just go here, click on this, refresh content, and you will be able to find this customer table. So this is the table. It is just an empty table with two schemas. So here you can see customer ID, order date, integer, nullable. So the next thing is we are going to insert records into this particular table which we have created customer. So customer ID and order date. So here are the values 1111 and 1222. So like this is the value or this is the ID which we need to present in our final list. So I'm inserting into this particular table and this will take some time to insert the record. So this query is been executed. The same you can find it here. So we have inserted the record into this particular table customer. So here you can see table ID, customer, and when it got created, all the details you will be able to find it here. So the next thing is we are going to write a SQL query to find out who's the customer who made more than one order or one purchase in a single day. So for that, you will be using this group by. So select customer ID, order date, and aggregate function. Count is what we'll be using here. So there are different aggregate functions like sum, average, min, max, and count as well. So we are using this count, and from the table, customer, group by customer ID, order date, and we are using this having keyword. So having is the keyword, and the alternatives you can use where as well, but we are using having count start greater than 1. So this is what our final query will fetch the result. So the moment you execute the query, you will be able to find the result 1111. So customer ID 11, order date like on 2023-09-01, and order count is 2. So he had made more than one order in this particular date, and this is the customer ID. So write a SQL query to find the number of times each student attended each exam. Return the result table ordered by student ID and subject name. So we wanted to identify who's the student, like how many number of times a student attended an exam. So we have to return the student ID and subject name as well, ordered by student ID and subject name. So first we have to make sure the table, if the table is already exist or not. So we are creating tables like students, objects and examinations. which it will be not present here. So I'll just skip it and I'm going to create the table. So I'm going to create three tables. First table is student, which has student ID and student name, followed by subject, it has only subject name, and examinations, it has student ID and subject name. From this DDL statement itself, it is very clear that we are going to connect, or we are going to join table 1 student with examinations, and also subject with examinations, keeping subject name and student ID. So now I am going to run this query. Create table if not exists. So once the statement is executed, you will be able to see three tables created here. So yes, it is created. So now you can find the same here. So I'll just go refresh the content and you will be able to find it down here. So here, students, examinations and subjects. So first, now we are going to insert record. So insert record into students, like student ID and student name. So we have basically 4 students and the respective student ID. Now I'm going to execute this and followed by subject. So subject, I'm using 3 subjects, maths, physics and programming into subject name. And then finally examinations. So student ID and subject name. So what is the student ID and what is the exam you took? So here if you see math, the student ID 1 is writing maths, physics, programming, and physics 2 times, maths again 2 times, math 3 times. So this is what we are going to fetch the result. So I'm going to execute this query as well. So now we are going to write a SQL query in order to fetch the result, and it should be ordered by student ID and subject name. So first select, basically you don't need to worry about those things, like we will take as part of this later. Select from student and from examinations. As I mentioned earlier, we have to join table student and examinations, subject name and examinations. So from lucky leaf, like students as T1 and examinations as 3, we are joining it on student ID. And the same way we are joining subjects on T2 subject name and T3 subject name. Then we are grouping by student name, student ID and subject name. So now we are going to identify who's the student who's giving more than one exam at a time. So select student ID, student name, subject name and the count of the subject name, and from this project, and it group by student ID, student name and subject name. If you execute this query, you will be able to find out the result. So run the query and you will be able to see the final result here. So student ID, like student name is Alice, so he's giving maths, physics, programming, and Bob is giving math and programming. John is giving math, physics and programming. And what is the number of times he attended the exam? So Alice, he attends 3 times. Alice physics is attending 2 times and programming 1 time, and rest all the others, like you will be able to see the 111. And the third one is how to write a SQL query to find maximum and minimum salary along with the employee name. So this is something which is commonly asked question. So for that, I'm going to create a table, old EMP COP. So this is my table name, employee. So I guess the table is already present. So what I have to do is I'll have to write a drop statement, drop table if exist. So I'll just write this. I'll just copy this, go down. So the table has been dropped. Now I'm going to create a table. So salary, that is integer, employee name is string, department number and employee ID. So I'm going to create a table, odd EMP COP. So I'm getting created the table. Now I'm going to insert the record. So basically I have only one table. From this table I have to fetch the minimum and the maximum salary along with the respective employee name and the department number as well. So I'm going to insert the records here. Insert record into this table. So once the table has been inserted, like the records has been inserted, we can execute this select star from the key leaf. So the table is in here, you can see salary. So what is the minimum? Like minimum is Joey and the maximum is Chandler. So I have to display this salary, employee name and their respective department number as well. So in order to do that, we'll be using this CTE, that is common table expression. So you can do it in multiple ways. This is one of the way implementing it. With CTE as select employee name, salary, department number, and we are using this rank functionality. Rank functionality is nothing but it's a Windows function. So there are very similar to this, like rank, dense rank, row number, those things. Like I'll be explaining those things in upcoming sections. So here we are going to use this rank functionality over an order by salary as rank minimum and order by salary descending as rank maximum. So 9,000 and the minimum one will come. And from this we are executing this main query. Select employee name, salary, department number from this CTE where rank minimum equal to 1 or rank maximum equal to 1, and it is ordered by salary. So now we are going to execute this SQL query. So this will fetch you the result. Here you can see Joey salary is 1000 and department number 100, and the Chandler his salary is 9000 and 105. So this is how you will be able to fetch minimum and maximum salary from the single table itself. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, please post that in the comment section. I'll take a look at it and reply to it as soon as possible. Please do like, comment, share and subscribe to Cloud and AI Analytics. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, it's bye from Vignesh. Happy learning.